Welcome to the Sungrand channel. I'm glad you're here. My name is Jerrel. I develop games for a living. This is my playthrough of playing Deltarune. I have no prior knowledge of Deltarune, and I haven't played Undertale. I don't even know anything about Undertale, except that there's a character from Undertale in Smash Bros. That's the only thing I know about that. So I apologize for having less episodes out this week for playing Deltarune, but my schedule has been busy, and producing these, playing it, and then editing and uploading and everything, it takes a fair chunk of time out of my day. It takes a few hours out, and it's putting me behind schedule on my own game development for a little bit. If you're enjoying this and you are in a position to support me, you certainly can do that over Patreon, and it would really mean a lot to me, and it is a huge help to me as well. I want to keep this series long running so we can discuss this from an artistic standpoint, from writing, from game design philosophy, from game development. I am finding this work very interesting, and I want to be able to keep this series running long term. After we play through Deltarune, we will also play Undertale with all of you in the same format, but that is going to slow down my own work on my own game development for the foreseeable future. So if you are in a position to support, or even if you aren't in a position, you can share these videos, share them with other people online, and that would be a big help as well. So I apologize again for having less videos this week. This is episode 10, but I'm trying to catch up with my own work, and I had a number of music sessions to attend this week. Last night I was at a bluegrass session, and bluegrass is the hardest genre of music really to participate in. It has a very high skill requirement and a high skill threshold, and generally people there are very, very strong musicians. Here's what that session looked like. I'll share a little bit of that with you. There was a funny moment where we were in a circle and we were just practicing one of the pieces we were playing, and the guy that was leading it yelled out to someone to play a break. He said, "Okay, now the banjo." But every other person there was playing banjo, so we all just sort of looked at each other, and nobody played during the instrumental break. I thought that was funny. All right, let's enjoy episode 10 of Deltarune. Lancer, where are you? He's in the inventory. Lancer told us he was going to be in the inventory. Damn. Guess he skipped out after all, huh? So, where should we do this? Now, from a storytelling standpoint, I find this very, very interesting, and the reason why is that in the Dark World, Thor: The Dark World, Ralsei is able to exchange dialogue with Susie, and so the dynamic there is they're doing all the heavy lifting in terms of the dialogue when it comes to your party. Chris so far has not spoken, and I find this interesting because the game has twice acknowledged that Chris is quiet and does not speak. And I find it, how is this going to play out in the light world, because Susie is talking to Chris, but Chris doesn't respond, and I'm not sure if this is ever going to change in the future, if Chris will start speaking later on. I wonder what will happen. But it's so interesting. I'm interested in seeing what approach the writer will take in situations like this, because this is basically Susie talking to a silent participant in the conversation. So they're not really a participant, are they? What? The library? Ugh. Well, all right. Now that's interesting. This is a strategy that I actually use in my own games in the Silver Falls series. So this is a fascinating narrative device that basically only works in video games. This doesn't work in any other form of media. Is that Susie heard dialogue from Chris that we didn't hear. Chris supposedly at that point mentioned the library. I find that so fascinating. And I've used that in a couple points in my own Silver Falls games. I don't have silent protagonists there, but I have momentary silence for the protagonist in my own games where I want the player to feel like they are participating in the conversation. So that's why I consider situations where I can do that, where I'll have the protagonist not say anything, because when you write a scene, especially in interactive media like games, you have to consider that the people playing it, you have to consider how they think and how they play it. And in general, gamers tend to talk back. They tend to put themselves in the game and they tend to talk to the characters. And if your protagonist is already talking, that sort of blocks you out from participating in that. So there are moments in my own games where I don't have sound protagonists in the Silver Fall series, but there are moments where you're talking to characters and I purposefully don't have the protagonist say anything, and I will have the NPC, the other character, will respond as if you yourself said something, because you can anticipate what the player might be feeling in that moment and then have the NPC respond to it. So that's interesting. I really find that interesting here, and I would like to pay close attention. And when you were playing your games, or when you're playing Deltarune, because we will be getting more chapters in the future, I don't know what's going on, but keep an eye out for this kind of thing. It is an interesting narrative device that we don't see anywhere else. And what a terrible delight! What's going on? Oh, what a great visual gag! Have a look at this. Okay. Now, here's the thing. I heard some music coming through my ear and it sounded like car horns, and I thought, what is this weird car horn music that I hear? What? This... It's like a... What a great punchline, because you hear the car horn music before you get there, and it sounds like the basement music from Resident Evil Director's Cut, the trumpet basement music, and that's what this sounded like. And then this visual reveal here, what a great reveal. Damn, I was just directing traffic as normal when a little dog drove one of those toy cars into the middle of the street and started doing donuts. In the chaos, all the cars in town got jammed up. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but ordinary citizens like you ought to get out of here. I've got some heavy lifting to do. I like the smiles, is really deranged laughter on the avatar there. I quite like that. Traffic's moving at a snail's pace. I love snails. Could today get any better? It's a fun reaction because you would expect a character to be unhappy about the situation, but he likes snails, so there we go. Wow, my first traffic jam. I couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. I heard a dog was doing donuts, so I sped over here. But I just learned donut is actually the name of a special attack for cars. I guess. Oh, I like that. It's a special attack. I thought they were going to use the word maneuver. Why is my life stuck in a loop of doughy disappointment? Now this is interesting because I think this is also to block me off from reaching certain areas of the game. So they're directing me into a specific spot. So this is a form of guidance when we are designing our games, especially when you have a game with adventure components. The adventure component is exploration of an environment, but when you have exploration of an environment, you have a high potential for the player to get lost and confused and not be sure where to go. So we have to employ guidance. Sometimes you'll have a couple of pseudo-wudo blocking the path, or a couple of Psyduck, or one pseudo-wudo, or a bunch of Psyduck blocking your path. And it's, in my mind, that's dumb, because why... You've spent the whole time catching Psyduck, just catch it, make it get out of the way, catch the pseudo-wudo. So this is a situation where this contextually just makes more sense. This has internal logic. So I actually really like that. I appreciate that. Alright, we're here. Goddamn project. I want to go to the magical world. I want to be honest, like, school is super important, right? Education, super important. You gain it, it's basically level grinding, because the rest of your life is going to be absurdly difficult and frustrating, and school is level grinding. You gotta build up your skills in school because it's much harder to level grind later on. Also, it's expensive to level grind when you're an adult. But I would rather be in a magical world doing magical things than doing a school project. That's just, I gotta be honest. Books, god damn. crazy about them. Hey, Chris, what the hell is everybody? Something seems kinda off. Ooh. Screw it. Let's go play space pinball in the computer lab. I like the deranged, scary... What was... Ooh! Yeah, I like this. This is creepy. This is what I'm all about. What a fun reveal. Before we weren't allowed in there, but having the shadow come out of there is such a interesting visual indicator because normally light would come out. Darkness generally doesn't come out of a doorway, so I quite like this. It's like... inside of the closet. I gotta go to a magical world. You know I'm all about getting spirited away. Another dark world? Well, guess this means we can't start our project. I'm with Susie. Unless, you know, Chris, if there's a dark fountain in there, you can seal it, and it will turn back into the computer lab, right? Ah, we have a formula, I think. So what's it gonna be, Chris? Oh, I don't know what to pick. I feel some degree of pressure as to what outcome will eventuate as the result of my decision. I'm going to a magical land, baby. I couldn't stop thinking about having another. I'm with Susie. Susie loved the adventure, so did I. I don't know what's in there, but we can't live if we don't find out, right? Come on, Chris. I skipped a couple lines of dialogue there because that was my natural reaction of genuinely just wanting to go to a magical land. What was that sparkle? A sparkle came out of Chris. I want to know what that means. Chris left behind a sparkle. Well, this is new. Whoa. This has already a very different look from the previous areas of the Dark World. So we have this vibrant green. On the marquee, we have a very technological look. And we have these very harsh angles on the environment to indicate some kind of technology or circuitry. Fascinating. So the world, Dark World question mark. So it would see... Oh, yeah. I'll go to the second file just because I can. I'll save twice. Just because I can. Okay, so, ooh, and a computer cable. A power plug. Have a look at the dithering technique here that we use. So we have different... Oh, look, there's something here, right here. So before I check on that, have a look at the dithering here. This helps convey a sense of shading. It makes it look like there are multiple shades, that there's a gradient of color between the light and the dark areas, but really this is called dithering, and we have different concentrations of dithering, different balance of pixels. It conveys a sense of shading. So you can make it feel like there are more colors than is actually possible. And I really like this approach. I prefer this approach because it is more true to the era of gaming that this is trying to convey. It's trying to pay homage to is 8-bit games, and 8-bit games have way less colors available on screen, but you can use dithering to basically fake more colors than you actually have available to you. It's very tastefully done here. It's very well done. I quite like it. Okay. But why is there... See, that looks like there is something there. Okay. Hello. What's all this then, lovey? The wires. The wires. She's afraid of the wires. Oh, dear. Good heavens. Ah, I see. This kind of environmental detail kind of makes it look like the environment is damaged to some degree. The lights are red underneath this, conveying some sort of damage. Ooh, there's an area of effect. Okay. So it did teach me. I saw the first one, I saw what it would do, then we see the second one, so we know that we are going to be in danger, right? Will Susie? See, Susie, I know Susie won't get hit because Susie doesn't have a heart visibly indicated there, whereas I know that I only have one character to worry about taking hits. Hello, what's all this then? Okay. Everyone was. So this is a very clever way of making a character look like they're shaking and shivering without actually having to create new frames of animation, just to shift them back and forth. But also that's kind of how they would have done it in the Super Nintendo days, you know, where memory was, you didn't have a ton of memory, so you had to be frugal with the way that you use it, because the more frames of animation you have, the more memory you use up. Everyone else has been... Okay. Save us. She's going to... As we get farther along in the environment, there's a higher concentration of damage to detail environments. Somebody help me. Is that Noelle? There's no way that's Noelle. Somebody, please. Other people can go into the dark world as well. This is awesome. Susie? Cool that you're here. Just... wait. Get out of here before it's too late. No, my friend. Oh, well, I just want to see everyone go into the dark world and have a cool outfit. Noelle! I like this Michael Jackson laugh. It's very choir-esque laughter. Hell of a study lesson session. Who the hell are you? I am known as serial number Q5U4EX7YY2E9N. But you foolish children may call me Queen. Right, we're gonna call you Queen. Q5U37 Queen. Well, look, Queen, we're not children. Queens are merely big children, and adults are even bigger children. Doesn't that make you a child too, then? Her eyeball says nice. No, I am a computer. Smart. Computer? Well, thank you for the stimuli, but I must leave now. Goodbye. Wait! Wait! Why'd you capture Noelle? I would have captured you too, but I ran out of cages. Why the capturing? Oh, her teeth were yellow. Just sometimes her teeth are white. I think maybe yellow teeth indicate more aggression. So that she may become my willing peon in my quest for world domination. Also, maybe I will make her face into a robot one. I like that Queen has the ability to conjure these holographic screens here, indicating visuals that go along with their text. I quite like that. Let's see, how many frames of animation are on her swirling? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yet it's for this game, it's quite fluid, you know, for this visual aesthetic. How many frames of animation? I think 3 frames of animation on the flame there. And it's interesting because the whole character doesn't need to be animated, just that one part of her hand swirling. In the past, it would have mattered. These days, we have basically infinite RAM for a game of this visual aesthetic. So it doesn't matter, but back then, they would have had the character just be like a background image, and the hand swirling would have been the only active sprite. What? Why? It's cool. Well, forget it, dude. Nobody's turning anyone's face into a robot. Would that be a statement of animus dissension? Huh? You wanna fight, loser? Yes! Yes already, yes! And then, bye! Wait! A goddamn second!
I have no time for such frivolities and would take your art, but perhaps someone else could entertain you.
I wanted to mention the music, but Susie's act is very loud. Okay, here. Oh dear. So the music, the voice they use in there is a harpsichord, and that is something that we associate with Baroque or classical music, old time, very, very old royal music. So it's a nice choice of the harpsichord for the voice there. Enjoy your assimilation. So I have a feeling can I save these guys? Oh no! I don't have roll save, so what am I supposed to do? I can't pacify them, they're tired. Jiggle jiggle, I'm gonna throw what? Force Chris to free white. I'll free them. Oh yeah. Oh, push X, okay. Okay, I got one. The wire greatly loosen. I see now. I see. Oh. Okay, I'm in for my. Ow! Bullet hell! Bullet hell! Okay. Now, if I try to jiggle, I just want to see what Susie has available. I have Rude Buster, which is a fire toilet paper. Okay, I have my items. Atmosphere. Okay, so jiggle. There isn't really a point to jiggle jiggling as long as I land a hit on this. Hooray! The wire greatly loosened. I should be able to spare that, can I somehow? Oh dear, I went straight into it, didn't I? Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. So the character now has a color gradient on their name. The Mercy is at 100%. I quite like it. I quite like it. Right. So what I'll do is I'll jiggle and I'll spare this character here. You jiggle your body, the wire loosens in turn. Oh, look at Kristen's dancing. Oh boy. What a delightful animation. This is fun. Susie's bad werewolf. It said recruit 1 out of 6. Do I have to do 6 enemies in order to fully recruit them to my town? Baby. Oh dear, the pattern's changed. Things are not the same as they were before. Okay. Alright, we're ready to spare. Keep them both. Oh, hold on. If I defend, I'll get toilet paper. Recruit 2 out of 6. Chris spared werewolf. You won. Okay. You. Nice fighting again after so long. Now let's go and catch up to Queen. Oh, I want to rescue. No. Oh no, it's another. Or not? Huh? They calmed down? Yay, roll save! Oh boy, I'm happy to have my friend. Roll save, you're here. I felt a dark presence and I hurried over. It seems that a new dark fountain has appeared. Rolsay, they got Noelle. Rolsay doesn't know who Noelle is. Damn. What was she thinking, messing in our dark world? We don't do something. She might be... Worry not, Susie. All we have to do is seal the fountain. This is the formula that we've established in the first 2 chapters, but I'm wondering what will happen after this. I expect this kind of work to use the formula to set an expectation and then to deviate in a way that makes it interesting. Can't be mad about another adventure, right? Come on, Chris. Yay! I'm with Susie. I'm all for the adventure, man. Let's go. I want more adventuring. Okay. Now I'm so interested to see that Rolsay has joined quickly, because I feel like... Oh dear. Oh dear. There are 2 voices in this music so far. We have, oh yeah! And then we had that riser come in and drop the beat. Drop the beat is a technical term, of course. Drop the beat. Oh, we are in the technical land. Fascinating. I think they're using the game maker function draw line, probably, for that background. Perfectly, perfect basket, really. As I move, so there's a higher pixel density to that background, those lines. A green field extends before you, and in the distance, a city shines brightly. You are filled with the power of a new adventure. Oh boy! I'm delighted. I'm so delighted. We go on another magical adventure, and I'm fascinated by the fact that we have now changed from sort of, I would say, dark fantasy into like a techno-punk. So this is delightful. I wonder how this theme will be explored, because I think, oh yeah! I think the dark fantasy was explored well. So I'll do for this one. Wait, hold on. We'll use magic. It'll pacify. Alright, we got a 6. Okay. This one is actually quite challenging because they come out at an angle, so it's difficult to predict where they will go, and I suspect there is some degree of randomness. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to defend, and then I get my toilet paper higher so I can get more money. I'm starting to understand. You have to watch them higher up. Why? Incomprehensible. If I defend, okay, that'll max out my toilet paper. Okay, and now I can pass it on. I'm not sure if the battle theme is different. I'm not sure if one of the voices has changed to sound more cybery or not, or if I'm imagining it. I'm not sure. The music that's like, no wrist. No wrist was added to your heart. Let me see. Equip. No wrist. Now let's see. I think I'll have my defense go up. It's important for prison. Alright, if I do the amber card, I can fuse the amber cards together, but I've got to go back. I didn't pay attention. Hold on. Well, I want to see what roleplay says. Oh, you're keeping the Jerrel Dulay. Okay. No, this. Let me just untangle this. It's sticky contents. Amber. Yeah, it's like sap. It's 60. It says friendship. Well, I like this little, this movement in the music here, where it's just gone down to one voice. And it's an 8-bit. And then we have a riser come in. Drop the beat. Clean rules. I like these holographic screens that pop up. It gives it this sense of like a, you know how in cyberpunk movies there's like neon billboards everywhere. It's quite energetic. It's very uplifting. Oh, I'm getting a little, okay, it took me a while to figure out the controls. Up and down, okay. Oh, look at this fun little guy.
think I see four. I think it might be 5 frames of animation, which is a lot in NPC. Oh yeah. I think they're trying to make it seem like it's, I think it's supposed to be kind of, maybe it's rhythm-based, I'm not sure. But it's quite fascinating, I am enjoying it. That helps you go faster, saves you time. I've been a huge fan of these rhythm games since the advent of these rhythm games. Big Step Mania guy, I played, Osu. Okay, I'm trying to get the controls. My head is trying to figure it out. That's interesting, and the challenge comes from being able to overshoot or undershoot the next lane. That's where the challenge comes from. It's not necessarily getting the timing right, because you can stop in the wrong spot and then get hit. So it's the precision of it that has the appeal there. Oh dear, a book. What does this say? Oh Chris, it's a free editable cyberpedia. I'll add an entry. Rolte wrote an article about losing recruits. Read it? You can lose recruits? I don't like that at all. From now on, defeating enemies with violence will make them lost. Lost enemies cannot become recruits ever again. Oh dear, I don't like that. But the bonds you break may make you stronger. Oh, yeah. That is an interesting mechanic, because then you can sort of play the game as a pacifist, but then if you find you switch later on and want to be stronger, then you can earn more EXP that way. Or not necessarily earning EXP, but whatever it means by making you stronger. So by giving the player choices and giving the player the opportunity to make their own choices to influence how they play the game and how the game is different based on how they play it. Not in terms of, the story, but the actual mechanical experience of it. It's something that is so important to me as a game developer. For example, one of the games that people tell me they like the most is Silverfall Pool Busters. That's on the eShop, and I purposefully made certain stage hazards and enemies frustrating and difficult to deal with, because you can collect items that you use as tools, so you can create your own creative solutions to getting past certain parts of the levels. And I like this because it gives players a way to play their own way to some extent. I quite like it. Hello. Lightners, I haven't seen many of you recently. If you didn't know, an evil ruler is taking over this world. I don't really like politics. Neither do I, buddy. So I have no opinion on it. If you try to talk to me about politics, we will have no choice but to cross swords. That's taking it a little too far, though. You don't have to cross swords. Hello, hello! What sword is there now? Toss. I wonder if there's a toss monitor. Okay, I'll try petting. And I'll defend to build up my fully type. You pet toss. It likes that. Ow. Oh. Yeah. I sustained some degree of damage. I can spare him already? Sweet. Okay, what I will do is build up my toilet paper, and then I will perform my healing prayer. Save my items, you guys know where it's at. You know what's up. Taking my items. This spare pot. Rotate cost. Healing prayer. Meow wow wow. Meow wow wow. Oh. This is fascinating. Oh, okay. I was about to get hit by that other one, but find out. So this is interesting. I feel that in Chapter 1, in general enemies did not have multiple attack patterns, but it seems like in Chapter 2 they do have a multiple attack pattern, which is, I like that. It makes characters feel more interesting and have more depth, but it also adds a degree of unpredictability and challenge, so I quite like it. Okay, Now I shall defend to build up my toilet paper. It like it. Ow. I shouldn't have cornered myself. That's my fault. Okay, defend. I'm just gonna max out my toilet paper. Don't pigeonhole yourself. Now I shall spare. Two out of 5. I want to make sure I didn't miss any paths. Yeah, there's a character. Ooh, there's this top path. This one, yeah. Recently, something called internet is having an outage. Some say it was the secret to Queen's know-how. Since then, it seems she's become quite extreme. So there's the top path. The top path is more obvious and straightforward, which makes me feel like it's the one that might have the treasure in it. Oh, I see. That must be the path forward then. I'm just looking for treasure. I'm looking for the path that's got the bottom. Oh no! I should have done the top one first. Noel, honey, become my willing peon, and I will free you. All you have to do is hit yes on the peon release form. I'm scared. Oh, have you never signed a form before? Well, it's everything else that's scary. Please abort your sadness protocol. I told you, being a peon will be cool. Noel! Susie, Chris. What I like about this is now Susie knows that we have been spending time in a magical world, being spirited away and having magical adventures. I just have this feeling Noel won't be, like, playable, and I would like to see... Here's the thing, here's what really gets me amped up for JRPGs, is recruiting new characters and then seeing what that character does mechanically, because it's organic mechanical storytelling. The things that the character is able to do, it conveys who they are, it says who they are, what they're capable of doing in terms of their life and their story. And that's what I really like. And I just have this feeling that Noel doesn't ever get to be a party member. Because we see partner characters like Lancer, and he doesn't, you know, it's part of why with my games, my latest one that I did was the Hero of Destiny was killed by the final boss, and that's got 50 playable characters, because I thought, what if you could just recruit anyone that you bumped into? What if absolutely everyone was recruitable? So that's the kind of thing that I think is very fun. Susie, Chris. Don't worry, we won't let your face get roboticized. That's something they're going to do. Whoops. But, you knew that? Oh dear, that was supposed to be a surprise. Look at Queen's pouty face. I do quite like it. Have I done it? Oh well. Why? It is quite troubling. A peon must be willing to assist me in world domination. If only she had fellow peons to encourage her. So, like, you guys, hey, are you, like, doing anything right now? I am, actually. I like Roll Says thank you. We aren't going to help you. Is there a special, like a sequence of events, like a secret that you can do to where Ralsei keeps the hat? I know I'm getting hung up on things that absolutely don't matter, but I liked the hat. Understood. Mind-changing protocol necessitated. A big man. I want to go back to the top path and see what's in the top path now. Oh, that was a servant that just brought down a machine. A giant arcade game? I shall humiliate you at a simple children's diversion. I'm playing a diversion. With your self-esteem eradicated, there will be no choice but to serve me. I like that her holographic depiction on the screen is lined up with her actual laughing. Hell, I've never played this one before. But Chris is quite good at games, aren't they? I didn't see any video games in Chris's room, so I'm not sure where Ralsei's getting that from. Oh yeah, Chris, forgot you were a nerd. Show her. I'm gonna leave. Oh no! It's a force field. It only appears when you get there, so it just sort of tricked you into thinking that you might be able to. Oh, Chris, congratulations on losing horribly. I advanced my internal clock to an I've already won. This is a fun character. Also, happy birthday, Susie. Happy birthday. It's not my birthday. That's neat. Having the 3 lines of dialogue in there from different characters. Okay. We got this, Chris. We are the good guys, right? All we have to do is figure out some way to cheat. So what's different about Chapter 2 immediately is you have something pressing. You have a motivation that you are personally connected to, and that is you must rescue Noelle. In Chapter 1, you didn't have anything pressing. There wasn't anything for you to have any personal investment in. When I say you, I mean the protagonist. There was no reason for them to be personally invested. You know, the stakes were you're in this world or you get to go home. And who cares if you get to go home, because you're in this cool magical world and it's kind of inviting of being here. So this is an interesting change of pace for the story in that you now have personal investment. So it's, and I'm certain that it was planned that way, because you can't start a story with the highest possible stakes, because you will burn out your viewer's emotional energy. So when you're writing, you need to consider the flow of your plot, and you need to understand that your audience has emotional energy. Generally, when you start a story, an audience's emotional energy is maxed out when they start. And when things occur during the story, they expend emotional energy, and you can burn out the viewer's emotional energy to a point where they don't care anymore. If you start a story and you already say, hey, you need to invest all your emotional energy in this, the longer the story goes, the more exhausting it will be, the less pleasant it will be. So I'm glad to see this kind of gradual ramping up of stakes here. You tried to use the arcade machine. You weren't tall or strong enough to use the controls. That's rude. Self-esteem eradication complete. Running, laughing, protocol. Ha, 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 ha. And the eyes are, I believe, OLED. The eyes are an OLED screen. It's okay, Chris. I'm short too. Chris, wait. I have an idea. Chris, if we can combine our powers, then... Oh, use Lancer's, table form. Lancer has a table form. Look. Or is it a stool form? Look, I'll show you what I've been practicing. That's a stool form. Ralsei learned it from Lancer. Now we are talking. Alright, Chris. Leave it to me. Put your arms out here. I adore this transformation sequence. This is so adorable. Oh my god. This is too cute. Oh my god, I can't handle it. Power Beast form F. Move your arms and I'll move them with ya. Let's go. Incredible. Your transformation is combining all your weak points. He crushed Ralsei. He's got crushed. Self-esteem crushing efficiency 300% and rising. He crushed her also. Commence virtual combat. Whoa, this is sick. Oh, hold on. Okay, press A or B. Shut up. It's Punch Out. Oh, this is so cool. This is, you're gonna have to pardon my French here, this is the coolest shit. Oh, I should have punched her butt. I'll wait till she flashes lightning. It's quite, okay. Right now, it's letting me learn the game, so it's quite forgiving in terms of timing. I'm just not paying attention. This is so cool. So there's such smooth pixel movement that that had such higher pixel density, and the rotations were so smooth on that. Because Game Maker can use 3D models, I'm wondering if those there's no need to do the 3D models. Like, you can do that with just sprite animation. But I'm interested in what the solution was for creating the visuals for the wheels as they were rotating, because it was very, very fluid in terms of frames. Just like a very high frame count, and it looked so fluid because there's in between pixels, and the in between pixels make it feel like it was either a 3D model that was just running in there, or it was a 3D model and then it was animated and then pre-rendered and then the frames were just put in, because that's kind of what it feels like. It was so smooth. Hey, you thought you could beat us? Wriggle laughter. Oh my, that was actually quite amusing. You life forms have exceeded my expectations. I will offer you a new, exceedingly benevolent compromise. Assimilate into my cyber army, and there is only a 50% chance I will reprogram your face. Please select your choice. Look at her scary, sinister look. She's got kind of, you know, It. Bill Skarsgård, It. The mouth kind of has that kind of. Perish in the chill of absolute destruction, or flourish under the warm bosom of my hellish reign. I'll perish. Bazoom. It's pronounced bazoom, actually. The hell did you say that so enthusiastically? Queen, aren't there any other options? Yes, you can also mega perish. Shouldn't it be X perish? Because it's the whole team, X perishing. Yeah, no. Perishing bites. You could say it mega bites. Okay, damn. Would you get out of here already? Understood. Preference setting set to perish. Come on, let's go after her. I think I'm gonna go check that area up top. The game is wrecked. You are filled with the power of video game violence. I quite like it. Okay. Now let me see what this is all about, eh? I like that this queen character does actually pose a threat. Quite different from Rules Hard, who presented himself in a similar way, but was never actually posed any kind of threat. So I must spell the word apple. A. P. I really like that it's using that speak and spell computer voice. Oh! Can I have both? gonna have both? Who's this little friend? Looks like you got past Newbert force field. Newbert doesn't know how that force field got there. But if Newbert's force field has a price, have Newbert's treasure. Newbert doesn't know what's inside, but Newbert will give it to you. Okay. That's Newbert's treasure. Remember, you're just borrowing it forever. That's cute. I like that. You opened the treasure chest. Inside was fiber scum. Fiber scum is added to your weapons. This is for your sake. Okay, your sake. So right now I have the Ragger, a rugged scarf that cuts enemies like a dagger. Okay, so magic goes up from 11 to 13, up to 2 points, good for me. Cleanses a talk. Okay. Oh, it doesn't have enough, it says no ability. Oh, my first static hit. Alright. I'm just going to borrow this forever. That's Newbert's treasure. See, the lines, they're so fluid. They're pixel perfect and they're fluid. It'd be irritating having to do that frame by frame. So you can achieve that with either a 3D model or with a draw line. But then you'd have to do you'd have to write math calculations and an algorithm to do that. Me personally, I would achieve that with a 3D model animation or something. It looks good. I like how oh no, you can do it with a 3D model and a texture offset. Have a 3D model of a sphere, and then the material, the texture of it, you can offset the value of... That's how I would have done it. Not that it matters. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. I mean, nothing really matters except the time that you spend with people that you care about, people who care about you. That's the only thing that matters. Oh, hey, this guy is Bruno. What is up? What's up, hey? I can't tell you how many of these I've teamed up. Oh, this happens often, does it? So, I'm going to put a pin in here. I'll end the episode just here. I hope you've enjoyed playing this part of Deltarune with me. Check in again soon and we can enjoy more films. Please take good care of yourselves, be well, and if you're in the States, enjoy 4th of July. Have some barbecue, some potato salad, macaroni salad. Get yourself a burger, if y'all will. I'll see you around.